Detroit.
Detroit, the Motor City, home of the People Mover, the three major car companies, GM, Chrysler, and Ford, Motown, Artistry, Jazz, the Coney Dog, the Avenue of Fashion, Furners, Faygo, Better Made Potato Chips, and much more. The home of Detroiters, dreamers, innovators, players, hustlers, entrepreneurs, and greats. You have Stevie Wonder, Smokey Robinson, Aaliyah, The Temptations, Eminem, Big Sean, Kid Rock, Rosa Parks, Keegan-Michael Key, Anita Baker, Gregory Jarvis, Kristen Bell, Curtis Armstrong, David Allen Greer, Tim Allen, Madonna, the Winans family, Chris Webber, Al Kaline, and the list goes on. This is a city of spirited people, conscious people, tough people, uplifting people, and overall decent people. Join me on a journey of Detroit in the heart of its people. What do the people of Detroit think about their city? What does the city have to offer? And why should you stop what you're doing right now and make it a plan to visit the D tomorrow? I got the chance to sit down and talk with a variety of Detroiters about their experiences in the city, their genuine opinions of the negative press it often receives, and their overall concerns and aspirations for the city. Detroit.
Detroit, born and raised.
Born and raised in Detroit.
Yes, born and raised.
Born and raised.
My experience here in Detroit has been good. I enjoy the education, the arts, the library. That's like where I spent most of my time growing up. My dad did not play that. I was at the library. I was a part of their programs and everything. I love Detroit.
Once I've traveled a little bit and been open to different experiences, I realized that the quality of life could have been a lot better elsewhere. It's probably one of the, being from Detroit, it's probably been one of the worst experiences quality of life-wise. It's been a good experience to have because you feel like you're prepared to go anywhere. But, you know, if I wasn't level-headed enough, I could have been out there kind of far.
My experience was great. I love the city. I think people should embrace it more and just be happy that the city's here and make it as best as we can instead of trying to tear it down and make it be this thing that it's not, which people cast it that's not from here as a negative thing, but I think it's a beautiful place.
You have poverty, you have abandoned homes, you have Detroit schools and its people, bullying. I got bullied.
Best thing that ever happened to me in life was coming to Detroit. Just finding myself. When I first moved here, 8th grade, went to African Center School, so I started learning the cultural, knowledge itself.
Certain areas, it all depends on the area you stay in. Like my area is not too bad, so I don't hear gunshots. If anything, I hear like the EMS going back and forth because it's close to the hospital.
I grew up on Gratian and Joseph Campo area on a street called Heidelberg. If you may know it of Tyrese's project, where he does all that artsy stuff over there. He actually bought, my dad had a house over there. It used to be my grandparents' house, and that's where I grew up in before I moved. But he sold the house to them and turned it into his little project area.
It's a mixing pot. It's a New York without going to New York.
Right, you don't have to walk outside and dodge bullets every day. That's a big hype that we need to find some way to live out of.
Like, which city doesn't have a crime rate? Every city has one.
Yeah, that's how Detroit works. People are struggling. People are trying to find stable grounds, durability. Stability is what this city needs.
When I first came to Detroit Mercy, the things that I didn't like was, the houses, they needed to be, cleaned up, the neighborhoods and stuff like that. But I noticed that, that's coming to pass. That is a change that's being made right now.
I was a kid, just be outside playing, having fun with our friends, just being in activities, just having fun. But now kids, you don't see kids out. You can drive down anywhere, and just even in the city, you don't see kids outside playing or kids being in trouble or whatever.
I was out there a little more. I had to take the bus. I was out at the city park, so I didn't, like I said, I felt love. I seen these people every day, so it was always love. Nowadays, I really don't see people out at the park. It seems like it is a lot more robberies going on, but right now it's just the time. Pockets are hard. The economy is changing.
Me and my mom counted one time, and we moved like 23 times, either 23 or 26. I can't remember specifically, but we were bouncing around. When I say I'm from Detroit, I mean I'm from Detroit. I went to all these schools, East Side and West Side. You know what I'm saying? Every time I ride past them, I'm like, yeah, I think I went there, and I asked my mama, she's like, yeah, you went there too.
Not as bad as everyone may make it seem as. Like, yes, it's dangerous sometimes. Some people don't want to go to the gas station late at night. I just, know where I'm going at all times and aware of my surroundings.
You had people killing each other, but it wasn't random killings. It was probably gang affiliated, or you had a reason to get shot. No, it's just mistaken identity or a person in the wrong place or time.
I do remember a little bit of how it was when I was, young, a child. I remember our house used to get broken into all the time. There was fires. There was a lot of crime. But like I said, looking back on it and seeing how it used to be, it's not like that anymore. Well, it might be, but I don't notice anything,
Trust me, when I told my parents I'm going to Detroit, they're like, in India, they're like, Detroit, why can't you just go to New York or some other place? I'm like, no, I want to go to Detroit. And when I came here, they kept calling me every day. Whenever there is news telling something about Detroit, they're like, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, I'm okay. It's not what you think. It's different here.
Detroit can be fun. You just gotta be safe, make sure you look for your surroundings, look around you, see what's going on. That's what I was taught like.
I was always downtown, Monday through Friday. I went to school downtown. I had my daycare downtown. I was always getting in ticket events to Pistons games, Red Wings games, Tigers. Through my dad working for Ford and everything, I just got to see the automotive side of Detroit and the progression.
We have a kind of a high crime rate, but we're not the worst. We're actually like number 8 right now, so do we kill people every day? I didn't know that was a fact.
Need to put more things there to keep people more protective, such as like YMCAs and like parks, basketball courts, whatever they may be, to to help people in the city, be more productive instead of getting in trouble and not being successful.
A lot of schools have closed because of lack of funds and everything, so we send our kids and nieces and nephews out to the suburbia areas. So I feel like that can be something that can change, because our youth is the future.
Despite all the school closings, I went to the DPS my entire early childhood. So it was hard, having to walk to school. There was no public transportation, just everyone stayed in the neighborhood. So walking to school and, just like dogs, like loose dogs and stuff like that.
Detroit boat races. When I was a little bit younger, because where my grandparents live off the water, they would close off that neighborhood, and right before the Detroit boat races start, there's this F-150 fighter jet or something like that that basically starts it off. And just being that young and just seeing something that fast and powerful and loud, like when it broke the sound barrier, you'll hear it over here, but then by the time you look over here, the jet's all the way over there.
I grew up as a person here, I was independent away from my parents. So yes, I did grow up a lot actually. How to be independent, how to talk, how to, ever since I've been in the city, I've done everything for the first time. The modeling stuff, getting a job for the first time, buying a new car.
Sweetwater's is probably my favorite downtown. And you ask anybody from Detroit, they'll probably tell you, or anybody who's been there, it's probably one of the best places. Or even you can hit a good old Coney, a lot of people that's not from here, that's from down south or the west or the east coast don't even know what a Coney Island is. So I learned that when I went to Florida, didn't know. that was confused.
You have to go to Cuzzo's. Love Cuzzo's.
1917 American Bistro is there. I just came from there. Their smoothies are so good.
My dad is a car enthusiast, and you know, when I was younger, I just remember he would always take out his old school car at a 67 Nova. It's a gold Nova. And what he would always do is pull it out. Detroit racing is real, like drag racing. You know, this is a motor city, so areas like French Road or the Castle, or what else would they race? Certain parts on Outer Drive and stuff like that. You know, you always just see people cutting up. You know, it's at certain times of the night you just know not to cross that red light because you might just get smacked with something nasty.
I write poetry, I write rap lyrics in my spare time. I do impersonations.
After coming here, I'm so glad I didn't go anywhere else. You know, not Chicago or New York or anywhere else.
A group of friends, we all went downtown, and we wanted to go see Coach Insigne because I went there back when I was like 10 or something, and I didn't really enjoy it because I wasn't old enough to. My mind wasn't as open as it is now, and we went up there and we just ate, and it was just so elegant, and we all dressed up, nice ties and slacks and everything, and that's why I said that's one of the best places you have to visit.
I can do Barack Obama, I can do Jay-Z, I can do Kanye West, I can do the Grinch.
I do plan on working more with my community, so when it gets like a little warmer out, I want to start like doing like storytelling nights in front of my house. So I got the little free library, so I'm keeping my house, so I'm just like in Detroit, and I'm just like do that and just make it more of a community thing to let people know that there is people, you know, I don't want to say like me, but like just people who care.
Actually, tomorrow we are doing Walk for Flint, and we're basically trying to raise, I think, 15,000 or 50,000 water bottles for Flint, because you know they're having their little water crisis. So it's $10 to, which is very cheap for most like walk prices, and either that or bring 2 bottles of water.
Detroit is a hustle state. You know, we keep that motor running, we're gonna keep going no matter what it is. So I feel empowered no matter what.
I love that the city is so lively. You can do anything here in Detroit. You can go ice skating, you can go to art galleries, you can go to restaurants and stuff like that. They have great food down here, great music, great people.
Yeah, you know, this is your boy Jay-Z Jiggahover, you know, about to do this interview, in this interview, you know, with the beautiful Autumn.
Let's say they come in on Thursday and they leave it Sunday. Thursday they come in, you get in the Coney off top. We're going downtown, we want to take you to, I think it's the Creos brothers, these Greek brothers, you know, they had one of the first Coney Islands, it's American and Lafayette.
Just because it's me, I would say you have to go to the water station on 7 Mile and Woodward. You know, you have to get the alkaline water, you have to, you know.
Gotta visit Jerk Island when you come to Detroit. It's all that.
Okay, cool. So, we do have some pretty interesting moments here. I don't like Christmas. I'm the Grinch that stole Christmas.
You have people all the way from rappers to actors to baseball players to football players, and they come right out of my neighborhood back on Lansdale. You have Dave Loaf, who came out of Detroit. You have Big Sean. You have Jerome Bettis, who came from one of the schools over here.
One that people might not know about that just recently is Khalil Felder. He went to the University of Oakland. He's currently on the Cleveland Cavaliers.
I never had a chance to complain about the city. Like, my university experience, my job experience, everything was wonderful till now. Sometimes I feel I did not choose the city, or I did not choose the university to come here. It chose me.
Everybody just grinds hard, works hard for their stuff. You know, we're not handing it easy. That's just how the Midwest is. Everybody just a blue collar worker.
I feel like together we're growing as a community.
We gotta learn to love each other again and stop all this unnecessary hate and propaganda. That's about it. We're gonna be all right.